Hi, my loves. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. I really hope that you're having a beautiful and an amazing day. If you are new to my channel, welcome. And if you are returning, thank you for your continued love and support. I really appreciate it. So this is a timeless collective reading for all signs. Whenever you hear the messages, when you are meant to receive it. Let's see. Keep in mind, he could be a she could be a he. The roles could always be reversed. Signs and gender are mentioned throughout the readings, but please be discerning and understand the energy is fluid, okay? Please only take the messages that resonate with you. As you guys can see, I do have cards pulled out, which is not something that I typically do, but this is a new deck that I was just sitting here playing around with, and there's a message that started to come out, and I just felt like it would be good for me to make this a message that I share with the collective, because it's definitely picking up something here. I would say that there's something happening astrologically that's affecting the energy, and I was able to figure it out. So I turned on the camera. So the very first, well, for one, the day that I'm recording this is actually December 6th, and I believe Mercury retrograde is starting on December 13th, and it's going to last through like January 1st or something like that. It's going to be a quick one, but I've noticed that the pre-shadow of Mercury retrograde has been a doozy. The pre-shadow for this Mercury retrograde, being the last retrograde of the year, has been no joke. So the very first card that came out is the Six of Cups. Okay, it was followed by the Five of Swords, the Sun, the Five of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. So already you have two number fives. Fives are all about change. You have the Sun and the Ace of Pentacles, okay, and the Six of Cups. There's something here perhaps from the past that you're receiving clarity about, and it has to do with some type of conflict, some type of chaos, competition. There could have been an argument. There's perhaps a wound that you have that you now are getting clarity about. And I think in the last few readings, I've been talking about like the 5 stages of grief. I think that a lot of people this year, or the last several years, has been very difficult. And a lot of people collectively are finally getting to a place, to a point in your life and in your journey where you're truly accepting the things that have happened. With this acceptance is a forgiveness of others and a forgiveness of self, right? Because quite frankly, a lot of things have happened that you really didn't have control of. A lot of your experiences have included, of course, other people, and they've done things, said things, reacted and responded in ways that you had no control over. But of course, it has affected your life. Okay. The Six of Cups is being clarified with the Six of Wands in the reverse. All right. So 2022 could have been of significance, being the year of the number 6. Okay. You may want to think back to a situation that it could have even happened in 2022. You may have started to have some type of epiphany or something, because at the center of this reading is the Sun and the Death card. When I saw that, I was like, oh, wow. Because literally here I have the Sun, I have the Moon, the Death card, and here's the Star. When I saw that, I was like, wait a minute, let me turn the camera on. Okay. The Six of Wands is here in the reverse. So this Six of Wands in the reverse is saying that there was no victory, there was no success in a situation. Something that maybe you wanted to go public with, it didn't happen. Okay, so you could have wanted to start a business. You may have thought that you were going into a relationship, a partnership, or something like that. You now may be able to connect the dots to something from the past and realize that something happened that left you feeling extremely defeated. The Six of Cups to me is a childhood card as well. There could have even been someone in your life who was sort of molding or grooming you in a way that has hindered you for your own personal journey. And this is, for people who have parents that carry a karmic energy, you have to forgive them because they only know what they know, and they don't know what they don't know. Okay. The Six of Wands in the reverse. This is this card actually says broken promise. So something was promised to you and you didn't receive it. You were expecting something and you didn't get it. And this may have left you feeling very defeated, because here's a Five of Swords. And then clarifying the Five of Swords is the moon in the reverse. Okay. So you got very clear about the fact, for some of you, in the last several years, but especially maybe in 2022, that something was over. There was something that you've been hoping for, that you've desired, that you've been manifesting, and you had to come to the realization that it's not going to happen. Okay. Now, then you have the Sun here and the Death card. So it's saying that once you accept whatever this ending is, and you actually lean into this rebirth and this transformation, everything is going to go very well for you. The Sun is all about positivity, success, growth, enlightenment. It's good health, it's healing. It's a lot of good stuff. And then you have here the Five of Wands and the Four of Wands. I feel like a lot of you, there's something here that you have realized about yourself, about your family, about your foundation, about the family and the foundation that you came from. And it now is shifting and changing how you think about the family and the foundation that you're creating for yourself. Because you have here the Ace of Pentacles and the Hierophant. There's been some type of battle with the Five of Wands here. There's been some type of chaos, conflict, competition, a battle of some sort here that has kind of been blocking you from this Ace of Pentacles, Hierophant, Four of Wands. For some of you, your path as a spiritual leader, a guide, just a leader in society, it has been blocked. This is a lot of imposter syndrome type of energy here. And then I have the Sun, the star next to the Devil in the reverse. So it's like, as you really free yourself from this, you're going to finally have an opportunity to remove the blockages here on your own personal development and growth. Okay. For some of you, with the Four of Wands being here, you may have come to realize that you dealt with a lot of conflict, a lot of chaos, drama, jealousy, envy, and other things here. And it could have been related to an offer that you were hoping to give to someone, or that you were hoping to receive. Okay. Another situation that I'm saying is, again, I want to go back to like family, friends, and parents. For some of you, there's something here that you've always wanted to do and be successful in. And I feel like there is a certain argument or an event or something that has happened, and you will know what it is for you, and it completely crushed your dreams. There's a hole in your soul from something that completely shattered your beliefs. It's like, I'm hearing the word crown of glory. It's like your crown has been tilted, and it's now time for you to put it back upright, and it's like shoulders back, chin up. It's time to go. But there's absolutely something here, and it's gonna be different for everyone. You could have been violated, and there's some type of trauma, some type of tragedy, some type of loss that has left a person feeling very, very stressed and defeated. And you've been carrying this baggage, this tension, this hostility, this drama, or whatever. And it has made it very hard perhaps for you to embrace a new beginning. For some of you, you could have gone through job loss. You could have gone through a divorce, or, the end of a long-term relationship, something, and it has really questioned or cause you to question your own morals and beliefs, and question your own faith. Some of you've made changes with your faith and your religion because of certain things that have happened in your life. Okay. Or it's time for you to do that. And it's going to allow you to now go into this energy of the star, where you can be more positive, more optimistic, when it comes to your future and actually healing and being very authentic. Okay. So the reason why I decided to turn the camera on as well is because I looked at my little astrology calendar, and what I noticed is today is December 6th, and my calendar says that the Neptune retrograde ends today. So that means that Neptune is going direct. Y'all always know I tell you I'm not an astrologer. I don't know a lot about astrology. But in the month of December, okay, we have a Sagittarius new moon, which is on December 12th, 12/12. And then there's a Cancer full moon, December 26th. For me, Sagittarius, that's earth angel, there's shaman energy, there's healing energy, there's water and fire, there's self-control, moderation, patience, all those good things. It's balance, but that's an energy also that it's a shakeup. Okay. The day of the Sagittarius new moon is also the day that Mercury retrograde begins, which is December 12th. Okay. The Cancer full moon, for me, Cancer represents the mother. It represents intuition. It represents the home. It represents creativity. I feel that the message that I'm getting right now is, as we are about to close out this year of 2023, which is the number 7, the year of the Chariot. Okay. Whatever losses you've taken in the past, okay, because 2022 could have been a year of a lot of losses for you. This year, you've been trying to gear up and get on your chariot. Next year, the year of the number 8, it's about travel. It's about communication. It's about you actually being in motion. Things are going to be moving very fast. So right now, there's a lot of illusions that are being removed so that you can think very clearly, so that you also can receive your downloads, the truth and the clarity that you need very clearly for you to go into this next season. Okay. What I was reading here about Neptune retrograde, it says Neptune is a planet of feminine energy, and it impacts our ideas of what's ideal, what's righteous, and what's spiritual in our personal lives. Okay. When it is in retrograde, it says Neptune has an ability to detach us from our egocentric perspectives, allowing us to feel more connected to one another and the universe. This is a great time to reflect on how you're serving others around you and implement healthy boundaries if necessary. Now, I don't know when Neptune retrograde started, but you guys know earlier this year, we had 6 or 7 different planets that was all in retrograde at the same time. So this major shift that we're feeling, whenever I feel like a major shift, I start wanting to use different cards and the messages just really, really shift like this. I tend to want to find out what is happening astrologically, because I'm like, wow, something is going on. So again, the Sagittarius moon, Cancer moon, this has a lot to do with your purpose and your creativity and your home life. And like you said, this is you now questioning, or no longer questioning, what is righteous for you. But I feel that the collective has really been battling for the last several months, or for some of you even years, on what do you really want for yourself. With the Ace of Pentacles, the 4 of Wands, and the Hierophant here, this is telling me, and then the Death, there's about to be a major transformation when it comes to your finances, when it comes to your spiritual path and journey, and when it comes to your home life, your foundation, your security, stability, family, friend. All of that is about to change because the moon is here in the reverse. The moon in the reverse is saying that this is about illumination. The truth is coming out. This truth has everybody so shaken up and disturbed, because you have to understand, a lot of people have been thriving off of you being in the dark about who you actually are. With the 4 of Wands, and this is people decided, do you want to be religious? Do you want to be spiritual? Do you want to be both? Do you want to be married? Do you want to be single? Do you want to live in a home, or do you want a condo by the beach? Do you want to be a nomad? Do you want to travel the world? And the Temperance energy to me is also, it's a lot about duality. And I've been talking a lot about that. The duality of the fire and water. taking action based on how you feel emotionally. There are certain actions that you need to learn not to take based on emotions, but for some of you, you are repressing your emotions and you have a lot of submerged emotions that's not allowing you to actually act on things that are indeed good for you. So in other words, you're not taking a risk. You're not being completely in your truth. You're not being completely authentic. And something now is about to come in and shift this energy for you. Yeah, look, the bottom of the deck is the Hermit. You're coming into some type of wisdom because of whatever you have experienced. So it feels like a lot of you are just getting to a different place in your spiritual journey where there's some type of upgrade here and a lot of things are becoming very clear. There's a lot of illumination and enlightenment that's happening. For some of you, you're now realizing that things that people told you about your career life, things people told you about you, things people told you about marriage and commitment and friendship and family, it's not what you thought. Some of you are realizing that the goals that you had in 2022, and I'm just using that because it's something that's significant about 2022, but some of you are realizing that, oh my goodness, in the last year or the last few years, your goals for who you are trying to become are so different from just a few years ago. This mass awakening and shift that has happened with most people's, with the collective consciousness has been major, and it has happened very, very rapidly. So some of you started 2023 with certain goals and belief systems that this entire year you've been stripped down. And I feel like in the last several readings, I keep on using the word conforming and non-conforming because that's what this is about. A lot of you now, you're battling against your heart and your mind. Your heart is telling you to do something, but then your mind is telling you not to do it. And your mind is telling you not to do certain things because there is trauma stored in your subconscious mind and because of the conditioning that you've been subjected to from friends and family and trauma. But in order for you to get completely in your own purpose, you have to completely release all those things. Here's a 7 of Swords. It's like a lot of people are waking up. This could, for sure be like your third eye, your crown chakra. You're realizing that you've been manipulated. You've been deceived. Like I said at the very beginning, this is like being groomed in some type of way to be a person that you're not. And the reading that I did earlier today, where I was talking about a very, very vicious, evil, like warlock person, it makes perfect sense because it has been for sure a serious attack on our divine feminine collective, whether male or female. Attacking fertility and the abundance that comes from the sacred feminine. Okay. Some of you now are realizing that with the Page of Cups here and the 7 of Swords, you've had a lot of false teachers, lovers, and guides who have come to you trying to groom you to be something that you're not. Actually, what they've been trying to do is be a puppet master in your life. A lot of people don't have the crown of glory that you have, but they've been borrowing your crown. Once again, crown chakra, they've been doing various things to block your crown chakra so that you could not see the truth, hear the truth, and you wouldn't know what to believe. A lot of you have been under this illusion that a certain person is your forever person, or, that you're supposed to continuously be in fellowship with certain friends and family. And now you're probably waking up and realizing these friends, these families, the lovers, the partnerships, the career choices, none of that is actually in alignment with who you're actually becoming. The reading that I did earlier, after I did the reading, it was Tina Turner and her, ex-husband Ike Turner that came to mind. And if you've ever watched the movie, of course, what's love got to do with it? You will see that's maybe the question that many of you are asking. What does love have to do with it? When it comes to friends, family, lovers, what does love have to do with your own personal and professional growth and development now? Because a lot of people who say that they love you, they secretly hate you. And they're trying to groom you. And I put in the thumbnail, I want to be made over, because I can remember how in the movie, when Ike Turner saw her, he saw her as a star. Before she knew anything about the big city or show anything, he recognized her potential. He also knew that he was not a star. In order for him to ever have any spotlight, he had to have her, right? A lot of you have run across people on your journey, including your own parents and family. They knew that they were not the star. They knew that you were the star, and they have been borrowing your crown of glory. They've been molding you and shaping you and grooming you to be a certain person that you were never meant to be. And until you start to just slightly awaken, you don't know what you don't know. This is about you realizing that the power has always been within you. The two cards that just fell out is the Nine of Swords, and you have the Three of Swords in the reverse. So this is saying now you're overcoming this deception, the pain, the sorrow, the heartbreak. The Three of Swords is in the reverse. You're finally letting go so that you can actually grow, because many of you have literally been overwhelmed by stress, fear, and anxiety about you just honestly just being yourself. And I feel like that's finally coming to an end for a lot of people. But you will have to acknowledge that who you are is not what other people told you. It's not who you've been told that you could or should be. And I noticed in these readings how it's very interesting. And I always try to say friend, family member, or lover. For some of you, your friends, family, and your lovers have been attacking you because you're seriously just that powerful. Your crown of glory, that star energy on you is so bright that every single person that you've come in contact with has wanted a piece of your queendom, your kingdom, your star energy. And because, it's just like when you look at yourself in the mirror every day, some people, you're constantly being told, oh, you're so beautiful. You see yourself every day. So your beauty, it's not anything special to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, not that you're not special, not that you're not beautiful, you're not gorgeous, but I'm saying you're used to it. You were born this way. You were born an earth angel. You were born divine. Or you've put in the work to become divine, whatever your story is. But other people recognize a crown of glory on you that you are just now beginning to recognize. So because you didn't really recognize it in the past, you weren't really protecting it. Now you have to stand up for yourself. Now you have to put these boundaries in place and let people know you cannot trick me out of my spot. I see you now. In the movie, What's Love Got to Do with It, when Tina Turner finally escaped this extremely abusive, obsessive narcissist, she walked where she said she didn't want anything except her name. And this has come up many times. Many of you now, as you close out this year and you think about this, you don't need anything but your own crown of glory. You don't need those past relationships. You don't need those old belongings. You don't have to stay in that same location. You truly have to recognize that you're free to go. And I've been talking about this a lot throughout the year. There's a need, this ball and chain that a lot of people think they're in, it's imaginary. It's not even there. The ball and chain is no longer physically there for some of you. It's something in your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind is what's going to really be the thing that creates your reality. You're not stuck. You're not blind. I feel like God has done an incredibly good job this year of really showing you who you need to avoid and the things within yourself that you also need to fix and avoid. It's like playtime is over. And it's time now for you to truly implement and integrate what you know you want for yourself. If you don't want to be married, stop putting on your vision board that you want to be married. If you don't want to have children, stop letting people say, oh my goodness, when are you having? Don't let that affect you anymore. If you don't want to work in the corporate world and you know that you want to be a hippie, a gypsy, or whatever, do that. But it's really time for the collective to start walking in their own purpose. And when you say, people confuse being a nonconformist with being a rebel. You don't have to go out here and cause any trouble. You just need to be free to be who you're called to be. You shouldn't be punished for that. But you have to understand that most people are going to punish you for being yourself as long as you punish yourself for wanting to be yourself. I hope that makes sense. Four of Wands in the world. Yeah. I feel like this is an upgrade that's happening. It's an upgrade. The Four of Wands is that, look, I finally made it. The Four of Wands is I got the keys to the new place. I have the relationship. I have the friendship. I'm celebrating good things in my life. I know for a sure fact I have the right people around me. The Four of Wands with the world is for sure. This is a major completion. This is rewards and recognition. This is I got the keys to the city kind of energy. Yeah, Ace of Cups. You have now the Ace of Pentacles, the Hierophant, and the Ace of Cups here together. With the Eight of Pentacles, again, going into 2024, the year of the number 8. You've already, wow, Ace of Wands here. You've already worked so hard and diligently on you manifesting these things. Now, you just have to understand the importance of you really believing that what you've been working to manifest, that it's actually coming or that it's already here. Some of you, a lot of your manifestations are sitting right there in front of you. And because of the subconscious blockages that you have, you still can't recognize it. And that's what's really coming in and about to, be really shaking up for you. For some of you, these next few weeks may be rough, because if you keep on trying to lie to yourself about certain situations, the energies that are coming in now, with like Neptune now going direct, and this Mercury retrograde, I feel like that is perfect, because what they're saying is that most of the last Mercury retrograde, perhaps Neptune was in retrograde, meaning you were reflecting and thinking about it. Now you should be pretty clear on what it is that you want and what you don't want. So when Mercury retrograde comes in and the past comes in to approach you, you should really be able to stand tall and say, I know I don't want that. You need to be able to stand tall and trust and say, I know for a sure fact I'm not confused. So when something is presented to you that you used to love and all of a sudden now you can't stand it, you need to not question it. Because a lot of stuff is about to flip like a light switch. It's going to be on and off. Like, oh my goodness, you were madly in love with somebody and now you don't like them. It's natural and it's normal, and you need to accept it. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, Eight of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. This is you working on with the Four of Wands here in the world. For some of you, literally, you're about to become a public figure, very, very, very popular, whether that's in your family, your community, your country, your continent, whatever. You could be creating a business, a product. Something here it's time for it to blow. It's like all gas, no brakes. And again, it goes back to, like I said, making reference again to like Tina Turner. It was always her and the band with her ex Ike, but she was the star. When she branched out and she dated somebody different and she went to different, Tina Turner just passed away, I think this year, close to 90 years old. She's still well respected and will always be. She literally was a pioneer, an African American woman. I mean, she lived abroad. She traveled everywhere in rock and roll. Some of you now, it's like you're in this divine energy. You're passionate, like whatever you've been hiding and suppressing is the thing that's going to take you to the next level. And you cannot worry about what people have told you about it. For some of you, you have a goal from your childhood, something you've always wanted to do, but you need to assess and evaluate. There's certain things from your past that you keep telling yourself you need to do it, that you want to do it, and it's not even for you. So don't keep forcing yourself to try to pursue something. I see it happen a lot with people with I want to make my parents happy. I want to do this. What you're trying to do to make your mom or dad or sister, brother, cousin happy, that may not have anything to do with what God is calling you to do right now. So stop, please give up that dream. It's a dream and it's a fantasy, and it's not working. I see a lot of people that go years in poverty, financial hardship, problem after problem. And every time they open them up, I'm trying to do this for my mom. I'm trying to do this for my dad. Okay, well, maybe the reason why it's not working is because God didn't call you to do everything for your mom and your dad. God said that he has something for you to do for you when you become a mom or a dad, if that's what he wants you to do. So a lot of people need to check the origin of some of your goals and your belief. Why are you trying to do what you're trying to do? Especially ask yourself why, if it's not working. It's not working for a reason. Maybe because it's really not meant to work. Some people, their entire spiritual journey, well, I'm trying to connect with my twin flame. Do you even have a twin flame? Are you 100% sure that person that you're trying so hard to heal for, so that they'll come back in your life, that's the person you're supposed to be with? Everybody, even if you have a twin flame, nobody said you're supposed to marry them. These are the illusions that have to be stripped away. What else, Spirit? The Fool card. I told you. It's a brand new beginning here. It's the start of something new. This is you taking your fool's journey. This is you taking a fool's journey, being the real earth angel now. You've been on a journey to become divine, and the emperor, the empress, the hierophant, the high priestess. Now you have to actually step fully into that role and that position. Now you have to really play your part. Okay, you earned the part, but you have to play it now. You know, it's just like if you've been in theater in school. Okay, everybody had to try out for the part. You got the part. Okay, but you better go up there on the stage now and show out if you want the standing ovation. You got the part, now play it. And you better do really good. Yeah, I said better. Because those of y'all who've been watching my channel for a long time, listen, for all the hell you've been through, you better play the hell out of that part that you get. I be telling y'all, I want my wedding invitations, okay? The grand openings, I want to know. 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, this is you gaining skills and knowledge, understanding the importance of you being in this Hierophant position. The Hierophant is a leader. That's someone who is very traditional, wise, intelligent. Somebody who has morals and values that are respected. And for some of you, if you are concerned about love, yeah, it is time for you to go into partnerships. But you have to understand that this self-love and healing journey that you've been on, you had to learn how to not just be a good person, but also to be a good partner. With that Neptune going direct energy, again, thinking about, you know, what's right for you and what's not, what's righteous. This has a lot to do also with even gender roles. You know, everything in your connection is not going to be traditional. It's not going to look like your parents or your grandparents or whomever. There's always going to be some people who are going to raise children and be single parents. You're going to have some dynamics where the woman is going to earn more than the man. There's a lot of different unconventional things that are coming about. And as long as you are holding on so tightly to outdated beliefs, how exactly will you ever actually excel and evolve in life? If you're meant to be single, embrace it. It's some people saying, I never want to have kids, but you're supposed to have a child. Some people are saying they want kids so bad, but maybe you're not called to have children. I think it's just time for a lot of people, whatever God has stated is your portion, accept it. Queen of Cups, I'm sorry. So you have the Fool here, the Three of Pentacles, Six of Swords, then going to the Queen of Cups. This is you going into a very feminine energy. Being nurturing, caring, kind. The Queen of Cups is somebody who is emotionally available. This is somebody also who can support other people because they have a lot of empathy. The Strength is in the reverse. Some of you are afraid to be vulnerable. You're afraid to show that you have empathy. You're afraid now to be creative. You're afraid to trust your intuition because in times of you being vulnerable, you were taken advantage of. People assumed that you had low self-esteem, that you were weak, that you didn't have any kind of power, control, or courage because the Strength is in the reverse. So a lot of you, and I have readings about this several months ago, it's like understanding your Achilles heel. The thing that everybody has told you made you so weak is actually the thing that is saving you, is protecting you. And a lot of you, it is your ability to be discerning. It is your ability to be intuitive. It is your ability to still love after all of the hell and the drama that you've been through. That is where your strength is coming from. That's the truth. Ace of Swords. So now literally we have the Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles. You have 4 aces here and they're all lined up together. And that's what I'm saying. Something here is lining up. Wow. 10 of Pentacles. It was like 4 or 5 cards that just flipped over in the deck. That's the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah. And the 9 of Wands. You worked hard for this. The 9 of Wands is a card of perseverance, resilience. It's like you've put in the hard work and the grit. You've had the willpower. You've been steadfast. And it is about to pay off. But the 2 of Wands is here. You do have to make a decision to accept it. Which means that you're going to have to let go. The 4 of Pentacles is here in the reverse. You have to let go of what you thought it was going to be, what it could have been, what they told you it should have been. And you're going to have to fully embrace what it is. You're going to have to turn your back also on people. The 4 of Pentacles in the reverse. That could be the type of person who is very greedy. There's people that you've had around you, like they want your crown of glory. They only want you around for what you bring because they know the value and the protection that comes with you. And so now the Justice card here, you're going to have to call for karmic justice. You're going to have to start letting people know, listen, it's consequences to your actions. You're going to suffer the consequences if you keep coming for me. If you touch my crown, you will pay the price for it. And that's not to say that you're not still trying to be holy, righteous, or in love and light. That's you saying, I have enough respect for myself to not let you play with me anymore. Page of Wands is here in the reverse, followed by the Emperor, and then the 2 of Cups. And then the Hermit. For a lot of you, if there has been someone that has been playing around in your energy, especially like a distorted masculine, somebody who has been abusing their power, whether male or female, this person is about to start receiving a lot of bad news. Two of Cups. And the Hermit. 3 of Wands, yeah, and the 10 of Swords. Somebody here there's some kind of news or situation that's coming in. It's going to affect someone that you know. And this is going to give you the clarity that you need about this situation. But it's also time for somebody to find out the hard way that they really need to stop trying to touch you, because you are truly anointed. And this person knew that you were anointed. Somebody here thought that because they were your soulmate, or because y'all grew up together, or y'all had a past relationship, or whatever the case is, that they could continuously abuse their power and whatever type of authority that they had. And for some of you, this could be a parental figure. It could be a boss. It could be a lover, whoever it is. For some of you, it's several people. This could be a whole business, organization, secret society, whatever. Somebody here has thought that they had the power and the authority to continuously spy on you and cloak themselves in your life while they continuously attack you and blocked you. What is coming in now is the 3 of Wands and the 10 of Swords. Whoever this person is who has been abusing their power, they're now about to experience a painful ending, but they will experience a painful ending when you understand the importance of you calling justice on this situation. You can't keep letting this stuff slide. And we've been seeing that, you guys, even in the media. It's too many people, and I've been talking about this all year. It's too many of these different people and groups who are out here sabotaging the lives of innocent people. And because of their power, their authority, and their connections, they never, ever have to do anything. So the world is full of people who are in victim consciousness, because the world is full of victims who have not had a voice. If somebody has been playing around with you, whether in the physical or in the spiritual or both, you need to call justice on the situation. It's time. Or else this is a situation that's just going to keep on going and going and going. Some of you need to put a stop to people. Whether it's friends, family, lovers, they need to be stopped. Yeah, King of Wands is here. Why is this King of Wands here? Because I have the Emperor here and the King of Wands. Wow, here's the King of Cups. And the Queen of Swords. And the Judgment. So this is like 3 different masculines here. Some of you have a feminine energy as well that is also cloaking themselves. Some of you have a lot of different people watching you. But what's here standing beside the King of Cups and the King of Wands is this Queen of Swords. Once again, some of you could have a lot of Libra in your chart, but regardless of what your sign is, it's time for you to call judgment. It's time for you to think with your head and stop worrying so much about your heart. When it comes to people who keep calling judgment on you, you have people who are calling judgment on you and they are trying to give you bad karma on purpose. That's not your karma. And yet you're still just kind of walking along and taking it. No. It's time to start firing people up. Whatever that means to you and however you need to go about doing it. Whether that's you blocking and deleting numbers or, some of you kitchen witches, whatever you want to do. But it's time for you to reach out and touch people and let them know, hey, don't play with me. Because some of you, again, you don't know the power you have. When you start moving and shaking, everything is going to start breaking. You can't sit still anymore. Some of you too, but this Hermit in this particular card is a woman. Some of you have a person that keeps cloaking themselves. The Hermit is someone that you usually take advice from, considered a person of wise counsel, a person that you consider to be wise. Some of you have a friend, a family member, or a mentor that has been looking into your relationship a lot. Some of you, this 2 of Cups Emperor, this is an actual divine partnership that's coming towards you. But you have this person here that you thought was trustworthy. This person has been spying on your connection, and the Page of Wands is in the reverse. This person is gathering information about you and your connection or connections. And they're constantly sending in energy towards you to make sure that this actual Emperor is somebody that's either delayed, they're giving you bad news, mixed signals, that they want you to think that this person is lazy and that they're unreliable. Some of you, somebody has been doing this, and it's a snake that you keep talking to. Or you have a person, a masculine in your life, they're talking to somebody not realizing that this friend, family member, mentor, or ex-lover, or whomever is the reason why they keep showing up as a distorted masculine. The reason why they're having financial challenges, the reason why they're struggling to be a leader, the reason why chaos and conflict is following them everywhere that they go. It's because they're putting their trust and their faith in the wrong person. A lot of people don't understand. You better stop idolizing your friends, your family, and your parents and your ex-lovers. Because I'll tell you, God comes before my parents and anybody else. I don't need my parents to tell me anything. Because I don't know who or what is using my parents to talk to me. Ten of Swords is here. There's a painful ending. There's been some type of deception. King of Wands, King of Cups. I don't know what this is, because here's the Judgment card, the Lovers, and the Wheel of Fortune. Once again, you have something here that is promising. It's good. But you have somebody out here that's been shape-shifting, a masculine who has been shape-shifting. You have a feminine energy here who has been watching, stalking, and spying on you and your relationships. It's like what I'm really getting first for a lot of you, because I know I'm speaking mostly to the divine feminine collective. A lot of you've been catching hell from so many different directions that it's really hard a lot of times for you to figure out where it's coming from. A lot of you have somebody in your life that is spiritually attacking you, and you're also connecting with someone who is being spiritually attacked. And then you and this person together, you have groups and entities that are also spiritually attacking you. This type of warfare, it's not coming from one place. And that's why you cannot be afraid, even with the Hermit, to be in isolation. Sometimes you need to be in isolation for you to figure out where is the deception and the betrayal coming from. And that means that you cannot be afraid to be independent. If you're talking to 10 people every day, you don't know which one of those people is actually carrying that monitoring spirit. Stop talking to all of them. Or start doing some kind of process of elimination. I feel like with this King of Wands and King of Cups, for some of you, especially with, Mercury retrograde coming around, some of you have at least maybe even 2 to 3 different exes that are going to be coming back in, and you need to stop this before it even reaches you. You need to be very open, honest, rational, truthful, and intelligent. And no. Why are you talking to these kings when you know that you have manifested an emperor? Stop talking to these people. Stop letting them come back into your life, because all you can expect from them is a painful ending. And a lot of them are coming back because they are going through painful endings. They're being deceived. People are backstabbing them. They're receiving their karma, and now they're coming back to you. But if you entertain these situations, instead of taking wise counsel and advice from God or from somebody who is truly trustworthy, you will miss out on this partnership, this Two of Cups, with a real emperor. And that goes back to what I said before. A lot of y'all keep waiting on somebody that's not supposed to be in your life. The chapter with that person has closed. Six of Pentacles. Wow, and the Temperance. Oh, and the Ten of Cups. You have the potential to have it all. Six of Pentacles, Temperance. This is literally, for some of you, it's an angel, a guide, an ancestor, an ascended master that is always in the background doing things to bring you peace and harmony. But it's dependent right now on you using some type of restraint and restricting people from your life who should not be there. It's certain things that y'all have been told so many times to clean up. Get rid of that person. Stop letting that person come into your life. Stop taking calls from that person. Stop sleeping with that person. Stop eating that. Stop going there. And you're like, oh, okay. You do good and then you go back. No. For you to have the 10 of cups, the sun, ace of pentacles, ace of wands, ace of cups, ace of swords. I mean, all new beginnings. That means everything has to be new. That means everything old has to go. And it's not to say that something old can't come back, but sometimes you have to burn it all down. It's like what I'm saying right now. It's like if you had a tornado. If all your stuff is thrown out everywhere, listen, what you're meant to keep, you'll find it. But if it blew away with the wind, just let it go. If you find yourself walking and you see your favorite t-shirt, pick it up. And when you pick it up, you may not even like it and feel like you need to take it back with you. But don't be afraid to let this tower come in and strip everything down. Page of Swords in the reverse. You have a person who is very much, oh gosh. Page of Swords in the reverse. This is like a malicious energy. This is somebody who can't see things clearly. They don't see things in a positive way. This person is watching, hoping that you receive bad news, or they're coming in to bring you some kind of bad news. This is just bad communication. Okay, the 10 of Wands here. And this is a kind of bad communication or the kind of bad energy that you need to avoid, because with the 10 of Wands, it's going to stress you out, overwhelm you, and create a bunch of responsibility that's going to lead you to have you blinded to the fact that you are indeed the Empress. With this emphasis out here too on the Emperor, because here's the Empress and the 9 of Cups. For some of you, either you or your person, you still have past energies that are coming in to try to confuse you and this person. A lot of you, when it comes to your business partnerships, your romantic partnerships, you really need to be putting prayers and protection around it. Because these people are coming in this year, at the end of this year, they have a lot of mess planned for you. They're turning up the heat. We're trying to come in and break things up. Let me see. It was something else that I saw about what's happening right now astrologically. I believe Venus is in Scorpio. Okay. Scorpio, that's a lot of passion. That is digging deep. Scorpio, that's like the FBI of the zodiac. In Venus, the house of love, Page of Swords in the reverse, you have people that they're about to go to the extreme to find out what's going on in your love life, to figure out how they can come back and how they can sabotage it. But you also have people that are about to dig really, really deep within themselves to figure out how they can invest in you, because they actually do see you as a partner. But you have to be able to discern who is who and what is what. This also is a time too where I can see where a lot of the confusion is, because Venus and Scorpio is very passionate. Okay. Highly sexual as well. That's a lot of sex, a lot of temptation, a whole lot of fire and desire. A lot of you have people that are going to be trying to tempt you. Make sure that you are using this passion and desire to create something that is substantial, is sustainable. Not just some fly by night. Because with the Page of Swords in the reverse, this tells me somebody is watching you for all the wrong reasons. They have a plan or a tactic to come in and sabotage something that you've been working on. This is that same energy. We see it all the time. Somebody here watches you build, and then they just want to come in and knock everything down. You better protect whatever it is that you've been building. Because if you think a person has not been watching you, like laser focused on whatever you're building, waiting for the perfect. Lord, I can't speak. I really hate to say, this Mercury retrograde, but it happens. Like, seriously, I'm starting to stutter at everything. Somebody is waiting who has been competing with you and cloaking themselves. They're waiting they want to see you get excited about an offer so that they can come in and block it. For a lot of you people already know that you've received some type of offer. And their plan now is to sabotage it, to block it, to delay it, ruin it in whatever way that they possibly can. They really can't block it because it's already written in the stars for you. But if they can delay it, if they can hurt you or try to harm you or steal your joy about the presence of this offer, then you better believe they're going to do it. Four of Swords is here. So some of you need to make sure that you're resting and retreating from any type of situation that may cause you some type of stress or anxiety or fear. Because if you're in that energy of having stress, fear, and anxiety, these negative energies, it's going to be so much easier for them to attach themselves to you. So for some of you, you just know, Thanksgiving just passed, Christmas, don't go trying to celebrate these holidays with people that you know you need to stay away from. I don't care if you have to sit at home and eat a bowl of noodles by yourself. Trust me, missing that dinner, missing that family function, putting that phone on D&D and blocking and deleting some people, you will thank me for the advice in 2024. You will thank yourself. Because I'm telling you, your enemy has a plan for you, honey. What's this? The Magician. The Magician fell right on top of the Ten of Cups. Somebody knows that you are manifesting a very happy home life. They know that you're manifesting family, love, good health, stability, security, success. And with the Magician, this is also saying too, you have tools and resources here at your disposal, so use them. Because it's falling right on top of this Temperance card. Whatever the presence of this angel, ascended master, or spirit guide, or ancestor, they're giving you the tools and resources for you to manifest what you want. Two of Pentacles here. But you're going to have to find balance. You need to manage your time and prioritize things properly. And this is a lot of Sagittarius energy. So this new moon in Sagittarius is about you understanding the importance of balance. And even when Mercury retrograde comes in, because Mercury retrograde and the new moon in Sagittarius is the same day, you need to make sure that there is nothing that's going to knock you off your square and trick you out of your spot. And people tend to do that by playing around with you spiritually and emotionally. This may be the time for a lot of you to start practicing mindfulness. Getting in prayer, fasting, meditation, whatever you need to do. But you better keep some of these people away from you. Knight of Pentacles. This is you needing to do things slowly, gradually. I don't know what this is, but it's something very serious right now about self-control and moderation. That is what's going to help you now. Practicing restraint. And I know that because this has even been affecting me. The way people have been in my comments lately, I've never been the type to want to like fire. But when I tell you the one day that I decided to say something to oh baby, it was comments galore. I was like, really? Oh, I'm the worst person ever because I decided to say, hey, please don't say this in my comment section. People don't like when you put boundaries up. But at the end of the day, it's still not even worth your time, effort, or energy. Because these karmic energies, they show themselves all the time. And I wonder for the people that get about comments and try to attack me, it's like, I have some posts that have over 1,000 comments on it, and you and maybe a handful of other people share the same mindset. It seems like clearly you're the one that's out of place. But yeah, you feel like everybody's going to hop on your bandwagon. Get out of here. You just exposed yourself, dear. Okay, that's a lot just fell out. The Five of Pentacles just came out. The Five of Cups. Ooh, what is this? You have here the Chariot, the Eight of Wands, and the High Priestess. This is all about perseverance. For some of you, to be perfectly honest, there could have been some type of bad juju sent your way or manipulation. It's causing an imbalance. It's causing you to slow down. You may feel like you're working hard and nothing is paying off. You may feel like right now you're having financial troubles. You're out in the cold. You're in isolation. Spirit is saying, don't worry about it. Don't let this type of disappointment or regret or anything else hurt you, harm you, or slow you down. Because right after that, you have here the Chariot and the Eight of Wands. So what is this? This is saying year number 7, you're going right out of 2023 into 2024. The year of the number 8, boom, as what? The High Priestess. The High Priestess, he or she already knows what's up. With the Seven of Pentacles here, your hard work is going to pay off. You've already made an investment in whatever this is. And for some of you, this is some type of spell work, because here's the Seven of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, the Hangman, and the Seven of Swords. For some of you, like I said, you have a little group of a coven, a cult, witches, warlocks, and whomever. These people are constantly sneaking around trying to sacrifice you or to delay you somehow. And they've been working towards this diligently for some of you since July. Maybe even before, or for the last 7 years. You have different people in your life cloaking themselves. They're witches, wizards, warlocks, and they've been deceiving you and trying to stop you or slow you down somehow. Because what they don't want you to do, they don't want you to be celebrated as the High Priest or the High Priestess. But this Three of Cups, this is definitely a group. Yeah. And like I just mentioned about, these are people that now they're about to expose themselves. Some of you have friends and family members who are very, very unhappy with their life. They're dissatisfied. They feel trapped in a situation. They're projecting their energy onto you. That's why you're feeling left out in the cold, having financial issues, obstacles, troubles, and whatever. Your intuition is telling you, practice self-control. Move away from these people and separate yourself, because I'm telling you, the burdens and the cross that they're carrying is not the same for you. You're becoming enlightened spiritually. They're refusing to do the work. So since they're refusing to do the work, they don't reap the rewards and the benefits of being a Hierophant or a High Priestess. Four of Cups. These are the people who, no matter what opportunities are presented, they can't do anything but sit there and look at it. They don't even know what to do. They don't have the intuition that can guide them and tell them what to accept and what not to accept. They don't know. That's not your problem. Yeah. Eight of Cups. Keep moving. 2024. Keep moving. Walk away from everything that does not serve you right now. You have to leave this behind. And yeah, that means that you're going to have to abandon some people. That's fine. Because you have to stand up for yourself. I'm going to tell some of you right now, for some of you, the Tower is here with the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. For some of you, something is going to be exposed. I don't feel like you're going to lose any kind of financial security, but something is going to be exposed about your security, the security of your finances. Okay. What I mean by that is, for some of you, you may find out that somebody has withheld some kind of income or inheritance from you, or somebody stole something, or you've been catfished somehow or something like that. I'm not picking up that you're going to take a loss. I feel like something is going to be exposed because the Seven of Cups is here. There's been an illusion. The Tower. This is something sudden that's coming. And for some of you, if this isn't happening to you, this is what is happening to your enemies. These people are about to suddenly lose everything. These are people who dream and fantasize about money, security, financial freedom, and they don't mind cheating their way to the top. These people are about to experience a tower where they're going to lose everything. This is, the last shall be first and the first shall be last. I don't feel like this is really I feel like for some of you, you're going through financial struggles now because of the different bad energy that has been coming towards you. But you're finally about to catch a break because the energy that people have been sending towards you, you've been dealing with it because it was a test of your own spiritual strength. But your good karma is coming. We know 8 is all about infinite abundance. Your good karma is coming. And your good karma is going to come from them finally having bad karma because it's time for you to call justice on them. You have the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. So for some of you, you have a person that's coming in and there's going to be some type of creative or a romantic spark. The Knight of Cups usually somebody that's coming in with good news. And then the King of Pentacles. This is somebody that's coming in with long-term goals. A plan to be successful, a plan to be wealthy. 2 of Swords. What is this? Page of Cups. Yeah. Somebody who was stuck. Torn in between choices or lifestyles. Somebody here who was blind to the truth, who couldn't recognize something. This person is now getting new information. This feels to me like for some of you, because I'm picking up a masculine energy, specifically a man, somebody here is about to find out that the reason why they may have taken a huge financial loss is because of something that a person did in the background that caused this person to lose focus. And it blocked some type of information. Somebody did something to make a person miss an opportunity. Somebody now is about to get confirmation about this. But if they're not willing, or if this is you, if you or this person if you're not willing to isolate yourself to figure out where this problem is coming from, you're just going to be stuck. Somebody here is attached to a person that has been sabotaging them for a very long time. And this has been coming up in the readings all week. This is somebody who has a friend, a family member, an ex-lover, maybe even a parent, a sibling, somebody that they're talking to and dealing with has been causing them to miss opportunities. Left and right, up and down. They're just missing opportunities. They're going broke, bankrupt. They're losing relationships. They're losing everything, and they can't seem to. Somebody here is under the impression they're blinded to the truth. They think that, oh, I'm just going through something that's a part of my spiritual journey. No. Some of it is you're being tested by God as part of your spiritual journey. But some of it is you're also being beat up real bad by the devil because you have trickster spirits and bad energies around you. Somebody is going to have to close out this year knowing the truth of where the cause of this stagnation and hardship is coming from. And it could be due to their own beliefs and thinking. Whatever it is, though, somebody needs to learn the truth quickly. For some of you, especially if you're the divine feminine, this could be your masculine. Somebody here is just not recognizing. They're still blind to the truth. That someone in their life is abusing power. Somebody in their life is taking information and using it against them. Again, self-control, moderation. Some people need to use a bit of self-control and moderation in all of this chit-chatting and talking and going out with people. Because somebody is out here in fellowship and congregating with thieves and monitoring spirits, rats, and they're blind to the truth. Look, 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords. Somebody here is constantly being defeated. Somebody is constantly facing trouble, hard times, lots of financial challenges for sure. And they still can't see where the source of it is. Judgment. The Lovers. Wheel of Fortune and Justice here. So for some of you, this is somebody you're connected to. For some of you, this is happening to a person you're connected to, and this is why you and this person are having a difficult time with moving forward. But they still have someone in their energy. Eight of Pentacles. This person has to master some type of spiritual lesson here in order for them to start focusing on some type of new development or craft. The King of Wands here. Yeah, somebody is meant to be a leader. This person is meant to be a person of authority, but they have a person that is watching them, studying them, maybe because they are in a relationship with you or they are pursuing you or whatever. I don't know where exactly this attack is coming from, but somebody here, somebody's lover is being attacked because of what the two of you are supposed to be creating together. 10 of Pentacles. Exactly. And there you have it, the 7 of Swords. This is deceit and betrayal. The 3 of Wands. So you can expect the 3 of Wands, wow, and the Ace of Swords. So you can expect the truth to come in. And this has something to do here with perhaps, I hate to say it every time, whoever this Leo, whoever this fire sign person is, this person has been coming out in these readings for 6 months, if not longer. The Strength in the reverse. Somebody here, I'm not even gonna say it's a Leo. It don't have to be. Strength in the reverse and the 10 of Wands. Somebody cannot hold on to this lie, this trickery, or whatever they're doing to constantly try to watch, stalk, and spy on whoever this is in your life that is trying to offer you this love. They cannot do it anymore. Somebody is losing strength. Somebody is watching you constantly, hoping that this masculine will not make an offer to you or will reject you. This is somebody who is watching and monitoring. And I don't know if it's someone in your life that knows this masculine is coming towards you, divine feminine, and they are spiritually attacking you and this person. Or it's somebody in their life that knows that the masculine is coming towards you and they're being attacked. But again, like I said earlier in the reading, for a lot of you, you and a person that you're meant to connect with, you're both being attacked. You're both being attacked by friends, family members, and lovers. And for some of you, those friends, family members, and lovers that are attacking you, they're attacking any person that's coming into your life as well. So for some of you, especially if you are interested in going into any type of partnership, even if it's not romantic, even if it's business, you need to start covering yourself and people that you are trying to partner up with. Because the enemy is going after everybody. Anybody that may be connected to you. Wow. The Empress. And the Star. 2 of Swords. King of Pentacles, Temperance. 10 of Swords, painful ending. 6 of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. So you have here the Queen and the King of Pentacles. You and this person are being guided and protected from some type of painful ending that someone is trying to bring to you because you're meant to build something with this person. Somebody knows that you are the divine feminine. 100%. They know who you are, and therefore they know that you have a divine masculine that you are about to share your abundance with, or there's some kind of generosity coming. It's like universal law balance is completely in your favor. So somebody here wants you to be stuck at a crossroads and torn in between more than one option. This is most likely somebody in the background that you walked away from, and they are left in limbo trying to figure out what's next. Or you have a masculine who has left the Queen of Wands behind, and that person is still hanging in limbo, hoping, wishing, and praying that this person will return to them. And they are devastated that this person is moving forward. The Tower is here. chaos, conflict, major endings, and somebody is standing their ground. This is a breakup or a divorce, and somebody is standing their ground. They're not willing to work with this person or return. And this is somebody who has just been in the background destroying everything out of pure jealousy, envy, hatred, and just malice. But this person is obsessed with watching and stalking. And once again, somebody knows that after this year, they can't do this anymore. Somebody is fully aware. They're trying to make this Mercury retrograde or these last few moon cycles, they're trying to use this energy to their advantage as best they can. They're doing rituals right now. They're doubling up on the rituals. Because once we cross into 2024, all of this BS is null and void. And they know that. And when the karmic scales balance, everything they sent out is going to be returned. Let's see. Quick message about this connection. This is just a lot of like brand new beginnings for you. In your career, your spiritual journey, your relationships with your family, your children, everything. It's just all new everything. Yeah, clear your energy. Self-care at the bottom of the deck. Clear your energy. Feel and focus on yourself before acting. Once again, you need to be very cool, calm, collected. Practicing that self-control and restraint. Because somebody is going to try to come in and play with you. To try to get you out of character and become very irate and irrational. Rejection. This rejection is actually divine protection. Mastery. You've learned the spiritual lesson here. Yeah, obsessed. So this is somebody who could be obsessed with you or your person. This almost feels like for some of you, somebody is going to do something and it could even be public and their goal is to humiliate you or make you feel away. For some of you, this is very specific. You may have been holding out, waiting for someone or had high hopes about a connection. Somebody may literally pop up all of a sudden and they're like in another relationship or they're proposing to someone. I'm literally seeing in my head right now like a person kneeling down by a Christmas tree. Somebody, this may make you feel very rejected. To know that somebody that you were invested in, they're actually about to propose to somebody else. Or it's something like that. But the whole time, this is someone who has acted as if they are so completely obsessed with you and has been causing so much pain, drama, and obstacles and challenges in your life in the background. But Spirit is saying, don't lose your cool about this. It's really a great thing that this person has rejected you. Some of you, oh my gosh, what I'm getting right now. Some of you, listen, a covenant is a covenant. Okay? Marriage is a covenant. Some of you, you need to be happy when these people go and marry somebody else. Let them go into whatever covenant with the kingdom of darkness that they need to be in, that perhaps will completely make all connections that they have to you null and void. You need to be praising the Most High that they are rejecting you. Because you've mastered some kind of spiritual lesson here. For some of you, you could have a friend or a family member that may create like some type of, there could be an altercation or something like that. And this person may tell you how they never want to talk to you again. Let them go. That's fine. Thank you. Release. Yeah. Whoever this is that's going to try to release you or reject you, this is coming in to tempt you again. This is God's way of finding out, how do you really handle rejection? Have you really learned this lesson? Because I'm getting the feeling right now, something is going to hit you where it hurts. That's okay. It's not going to take you out. All you need to do is transmute the energy, clear out your energetic field, and keep it pushing. Thank you. This needs to add fuel to your fire for you to be passionate to go and do something different. Yeah, it's safe for you to make the move that you're considering. Take that leap of faith. Some of you are going to get pushed, so you're going to be like, you know what? I need to file for divorce. I need to relocate. I need to, and it's something here is going to be drastic enough to really push you to do what you need to do. Yeah, intuition. You're going to be forced now to trust your intuition, because for some of you, your intuition has been screaming at you about something and you're ignoring it. Here and now, your true love is already a part of your life. Some of you, your intuition keeps on telling you that a person is for you, but you're still waiting on somebody else. I feel like that person you keep on waiting on, they're going to hurt you in a way. You're going to be forced to focus on what's actually for you. I feel like the universe is going to come in now with some type of intervention. It's going to strip away something that you're having a hard time. It's almost like if you still struggle to let go of something during eclipse season, this is like it feels almost like a mini eclipse coming in now. Like, hey, I just want to make sure, since you couldn't let go of it earlier in the year, before we go into the next year, let me just go ahead and clean this up for you. Cause I don't think you got the memo. Some of you, you're refusing to reject or release a person. And the only way you can actually have your energetic field cleansed and cleared enough for you to take a leap of faith is if you completely reject and release somebody. You have here children. Children are important to this partnership. Some of you are being prepared for parenthood. There's a particular person that's in your life. They're blocking you from having your own family. You have your stability. So for some of you, you have true love that's here. Somebody that you're supposed to have a stable connection with, maybe even have children or a family with. It's safe for you to move towards this new connection. But you need to cleanse and clear your energy of anybody who has rejected you. You need to release that fear of abandonment and rejection. Once you can fully do that, it's going to be hard for anybody to attack you. Nobody can attack you with a spiritual lesson that you've already learned and mastered. So you have to somehow figure out a way. You're going to have to patch up that hole in your soul, because that hole in your soul, it's an access point to your enemy. That's how they're constantly latching on to you. It's safe for you to trust in this situation. So for some of you, you have a new connection, or you have somebody coming back that wants to start new with you. Okay. It's safe for you to trust in some kind of situation, but it's saying here, your true love is already part of your life. For a lot of you, the love of your life, you've already met them, or they're currently in your life. And it's a very stable connection where you can trust this person. It should not be hard at all for you to figure out who this is. Because I'm going to tell you, once you know you cannot trust a person, there's practically nothing that could ever be done for you to start fully trusting them. There's a person in your life that you know for a sure fact you've never had to question whether or not you could trust them. So if your fear of rejection is causing you to delay this person or even reject them, you need to check that. Because for some of you, your fear of being rejected has you actually rejecting people that are supposed to be here. Second chance, okay? So for some of you, you've rejected a person, or they rejected you because of fear of being rejected. So for a lot of you, your main spiritual lesson is in understanding how to accept rejection. And that's going to actually help you in your love life, your career, finances, and everything. The more comfortable you get with hearing no and accepting rejection, the easier it is for you to actually receive yeses. And often you have to go through a lot of no's before you get to a yes. But let's face it, whatever is a yes for you, it's worth the rejection that you had to face leading up to it. If you're afraid to pursue things because of the fear of rejection, what do people say? You miss all the shots that you never take. Some of you really, you have a big blessing sitting right in your face. Your fear of rejection, your fear of saying to somebody, hey, I like you, I love you, or hey, I think we should do business together. Hey, I think we should collaborate. Or your fear of going out by yourself, or whatever the case is, it literally is like stunting all of your growth. And this comes from something in your past where you got rejected by someone and it hurt you to your core and it left a mark. Wow, fate. So for a lot of you, you have a destined partnership here that unfortunately you're not opening yourself up to. Or this person is not opening themselves up to you because they've been rejected in the past, or you've been rejected in the past, and you're really afraid of this person rejecting you, or they are afraid that you're going to reject them. But everything will unfold in divine timing, and you and this person will find a way to commit or recommit to one another. The love is going to feel new with this person, whether they're old or new. But you and this person first, you had to heal some old wounds. And right now, you need to go out, have fun, be playful, heal your inner child. Yeah. And somebody's blocked heart chakra and their lack of awareness is probably the reason why they've had financial challenges. But the chemistry that the two of you feel as far as longing for one another and this connection is the same. It's mutual. Yeah. I would say something very soon. Overcome whatever this fear is. If you don't, you're going to regret allowing your true love, a real soulmate, to get away from you. Yeah. This person's in your life to teach you a spiritual lesson. And your intuition is already telling you that this very well could be the person that you're meant to marry. But your fear won't let you accept it. Your fear of rejection. And you have people in your life who have rejected you. They know that fear of rejection, they know that you fear rejection more than anything. So they keep creating cycles of confusion and illusions where you feel rejected so that you will never take a leap of faith. You will never take a leap of faith to get a new job. You'll never take a leap of faith to move to a new place. You'll never take the leap of faith to travel. You'll never take the leap of faith to go out and mix and mingle and meet new friends or date. You'll never take a leap of faith to do anything because of the fear of rejection. This is all very calculated. But as hard as the situation is, it's actually an easy fix. Just do it. That's it. Just do it. Whatever it is, just do it. Do it scared. Do it alone. Do it broke. Just do it. Okay? Because your blessing is here. You're not waiting on God anymore. God is now waiting on you. Okay? But whatever this secret is or situation is coming up to really tempt you or test you, remember, self-control, moderation, because if you act irrationally, you're going to sabotage your foundation. Connect with Mother Earth to stay very grounded. Okay? I'm going to leave it here, you guys. I really hope that this resonated, gave you a bit of spiritual guidance, raised your awareness about a few things. You guys know I love you. Always go within so that you never go without. I am wishing you all the absolute best in all that you do. And I will catch you on the next one. Bye.